What's up, SnEaKyNation? SnEaKyP here, back with a special episode. This has been requested, and it was something I was planning on doing anyway, but today we are going to go through and check out all of the award races as well as the stats from around the entire NFL and the standings. So it's a special episode. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. First and foremost, let's go ahead and check out the yearly awards. And here we go. Leading the race for MVP, Ben Roethlisberger. We have seen how dynamic this Steelers offense is, and they are playing very, very well under his wing right now. Matthew Stafford coming in at number 2 for the 6-6 Lions. Aaron Rodgers at 3. Drew Brees coming in at 4. James Vallejo, the rookie for the Patriots, coming in at number 5, doing a great job filling in for Tom Brady there. Le'Veon Bell at 6. Cam Newton coming in at 7. Andy Dalton 8, Devontae Freeman coming in at number 9, and Matt Ryan at number 10. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin, number 1, Arians 2. Let's just go down this list kind of quickly, and I'll probably start to go through some of these a little bit faster simply because we don't have, I don't want it to be a super long video. Offensive Player of the Year, Roethlisberger, number 1, but James Vallejo coming in at number 2, Le'Veon Bell 3. Houston Church is going to be on this list despite his team being 2-9-1 right now. He is coming in at number 7. Mariota at number 8. Miller 9. Osweiler at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. No surprise there. We have seen that he has had an outstanding year. Hightower at 2. Houston 3. Smith coming in at number 4 for the Raiders there. McKinney at 5. Preston Brown at 6. Demario Davis 7. Shazier coming in at number 8. Alonzo at 9. And Derek Johnson at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no surprise here. James Vallejo will lead the way. Houston Church coming in at number 2 for the Browns. Zach Lindsey at number 3 for the Broncos. Parker Finner, the wide receiver, at number 4. His brother, also out of Wisconsin, Howard Finner, coming in at number 6. Dylan Burks, a teammate of Sean Kendall at Pittsburgh, coming in at number 5. Kadarius Folston coming in at number 7. Darrell Cleveland 8. DeMarco Bullitt at 9. And Robert McKinney coming in at 10. That will round out the Offensive Rookies of the Year so far. Still some time to go as we take a look at these players, but right now those are the guys getting it done. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC, Jacoby McCoon, and that is another teammate of Sean Kendall at Pittsburgh there, coming in at number 179 overall for the 4-8 Jets. Javaris Forbes coming in at number 2 for the Ravens. Lenny Diggs at 3 for the Broncos. Jamon Stovall, one of the best combines I've ever seen, coming in at number 4. DeMarco Pema taking number 2 overall. Looked at as the best player in the draft, number 5 right now for the Dolphins. Nathaniel Marriott coming in at number 6 for the Patriots. Sealy Kirkendall coming in at 7. Louis Urschel coming in at 8. Marcos Yancey, who we just saw in that last game, coming in at number 9. Actually kind of forced a turnover there for his team. And then Tyree Cooley for the Browns coming in at number 10. Those are the Defensive Rookies of the Year so far for the AFC. And now we'll probably go through it a bit quicker. James Vallejo at number 2 there. Houston Church going to be down there at number 8. Running backs, Le'Veon Bell. No surprise there. Kind of seeing if any names stand out a little bit here. At wide receiver, Antonio Brown. That is to be expected. Keenan Allen there. But look at this. Parker Finner coming in at number 4. The rookie is getting it done for the Steelers. A great compliment to Antonio Brown there, and he is making it happen right now. Emmanuel Sanders coming in at number 5. Amari Cooper at 7. Martavius Bryant coming in at number 8. So plenty of Steelers to choose from there. They are all having killer seasons. Offensive line, we'll go through this one kind of quickly. I doubt we will see a rookie or any big surprises there. Defensive line, Khalil Mack, Greg Hardy for the Browns there. J.J. Watt, Geno Atkins, Muhammad Wilkerson, Bosa on this list at number 6. Going down the list, Ndamukong Suh at number 10. Linebackers, Justin Houston leading the way. Aldon Smith, number 2 there. Preston Brown at 5. Demario Davis coming in at 7. McKinney coming in at 8. Tamba Ali at 9. Derek Morgan at 10. Defensive backs, Revis making it happen in the late stages of his career. Still rated as the best defensive back currently in the AFC. Jonathan Joseph at number 2. Micah Hyde at 3. Graham 4. Calvin Pryor coming in at 5. Marcus Peters at 6. Going down the list, not seeing any rookies or anything there. And then we'll just quickly scroll down the kickers list. And interesting enough, the number 1 overall kicker just missed a field goal against us. NFC, here we go. Matthew Stafford, number 1. Aaron Rodgers, 2. Breeze, 3. Doug Martin at number 4 there. Going through the list, Ezekiel Elliott is down here at number 9. Russell Wilson at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Brandon Graham, number 1 for the Eagles. Alec Ogletree coming in at number 2. Wagner at 3. McLean coming in at 4. Ely at 5. Whitehead, 6. Levy, Butler, Ryan, and David will round out the top. Let's go ahead and check out the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and that is Tremont Eubanks. We have seen him kill it all season long for the Falcons. Not a surprise to see his name here, and with Julio Jones injured over the last few weeks, Eubanks has really stepped up his game. Danny Whittington coming in at number 2 for the Bears, despite being on the bench a lot. Earl Anthony coming in at number 3, a great young wide receiver there for the Lions. Morris Presley at number 4, only 66 overall, but we have seen how good he is. John Bridges coming in at number 5. And then we have a pair of 49ers, Kirkland Marion taken in the 3rd round, and Dimitri Todman taken in the 2nd round at number 6 and 7. Granted, they have both been dealing with injuries for quite some time. I wonder if their names would be higher on this list without those injuries, but we will never know. Both of them are about to be healthy. Kirkland Marion will return next week, and then Dimitri Todman the week after that, so maybe they can still have some time to get their names up that list a little bit, but pretty good to see them ranked here despite those injuries. Trace Ash coming in at number 8, and again, 66 overall. The Cardinals really doing a good job with their late round picks and finding guys that are going to contribute to their success. Connor Smiley at number 9 for the Bears, and Rico Glenn coming in at number 10 for the Panthers there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Corey Orr has the lead over Chantrell Wilkerson coming in at number 2, and we have seen Orr get a ton of sacks this season. He is having an outstanding rookie year right now, and it is enough to edge out Chantrell Wilkerson for the time being, who has not gotten an interception in over 3 weeks, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's been about 3 weeks, though. So, plenty of time left for Chantrell Wilkerson to reclaim the number 1 spot here. We'll have to see if he can do it, but he's going to have to pick up his game. He hasn't been as great in coverage over the last few weeks, and again, those interceptions have been down. So we'll see what he can do as the season winds down, but still very much in the running there. Harris Blevins, the middle linebacker, coming in at number 3. Cornelius Kinney at 4 for the Bears. Gregory McCauley coming in at number 5. Darius Chekwa, the 1st round pick for the Cardinals, coming in at number 6. O'Neal McLaughlin for the Panthers coming in at 7. Jesus Ballantyne coming in at number 8 for the Packers. Barry Colbert, number 9 for the Falcons. And Sean Patton, the Heisman winner, coming in at number 10 for the Buccaneers there. Let's go ahead and scroll through the rest pretty quickly now. Drew Brees, number 1 there on that list. Any surprises, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Kirk Cousins going to be at number 8. Even with Richie waiting, and that's one reason he still has that job. He has had a pretty solid season so far. Of course, being number 8's a bit down the list, but it's still top 10. Carlos Hyde, the number 6 overall running back in the NFC as of right now. He will keep his starting job over Kirkland Marion returning from injury, but we are anticipating splitting their carries a lot more. Carlos Williams going to be at number 8 there. Trey Mason at 9, but I believe he is actually out with an injury. Todd Gurley has returned, though, for the Rams, so I anticipate seeing him a lot more. Adrian Peterson quite a bit down that list, but he has been dealing with injuries as well. Golden Tate going to be number 1 overall wide receiver for the Lions there. Jordy Nelson 2, Cooks at 3, Doug Baldwin 4, Michael Thomas at 5, Devontae Adams 6, Cole Beasley, Tremont Eubanks, the rookie, coming in at number 8, Aguilar at 9, Odell Beckham Jr. at 10. Probably going to go through this list kind of quickly. Plenty of Cardinals and plenty of Cowboys there. I'm actually kind of shocked to see so many Cardinals there, but Iupati's good. Valdir is good as well. I guess it makes sense. There's only 2 of them. I probably exaggerated that a little bit. Defensive line, Brandon Graham, Ely, and Latulele, both for the Panthers there. Going down the list, Benny Logan on the list there. Charles Johnson, so 3 Panthers going to be on the list here. Their defensive line is getting it done. Linebackers, Bobby Wagner, number 1. Corey Orr, the rookie, coming in at number 2 for the NFC and best linebackers. Again, having himself an outstanding rookie campaign right now. Mike Morgan, the free agent signee, doing very well for the 49ers, coming in at number 3 there. And he has been a very good pickup for our defense. We are thrilled to have him right now. And then look at this, defensive back number 1, Seantrell Wilkerson. He doesn't have enough to have the Rookie of the Year award quite yet, but he does have enough to be in the lead for the best defensive back in the NFC. A lot of this, of course, coming with those 9 interceptions, which his teammates have helped him out a lot with tipping the ball into the air, but he has shown great awareness in terms of tracking it down. That's something we did not have last year, and he's really done a great job in coverage as well. Last few weeks have been a bit more shaky than he was earlier in the season, but we'll have to see what happens as the season winds down. He is at number 1, though. Kyle Fuller coming in at number 2, Josh Norman 3, Richard Sherman at 4, Byron Maxwell at 5, Skandrick 6, Marcus Gesser is on the list for the 49ers as well, coming in at number 7 here. He has recently been promoted to the other starting corner opposite of Seantrell Wilkerson, and he is making the most of his opportunity as an undrafted free agent there. Patrick Peterson at 8, Ben Wickery at number 9, and Malcolm Jenkins coming in at 10. Kickers, Hoshkin number 1, Blair Walsh on the Rams there, 2 Sturgis now with the Vikings at number 3. And, you know, they've glitched out our kicker. I'm fairly certain Joel Edison should be on this list, but we saw it last time we checked the awards. His stats were glitched out. I don't understand why. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the stats from around the NFL. First, we'll check out our team, and then we'll go to the rest of the NFL. And here is Colin Kaepernick, 12 touchdowns, 14 interceptions on the season. Recently got benched. A lot of people were asking me why I benched Colin Kaepernick when I did not bench Blaine Gabbert last year. And the answer is Blaine Gabbert was throwing for a lot more yards. He also had more touchdowns than interceptions. That wasn't happening with Kaepernick. Our offense was stalling more than I wanted it to, and that's why I made that decision. And it looks like it was a good decision as of right now. Cody Kessler, granted very small sample size, and he's been going up against a defense like the Colts that was really struggling, but right now he's looking like a very good quarterback. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 71% completion. Gotta be happy. We will see how he finishes out the rest of the season. And then Mike Glennon looked good in one game, came out the next, really struggled early on. It was still going to be a battle between the 3 just to see who would stand out, and Cody Kessler never really gave that opportunity back to either Kaepernick or Glennon. Again, plenty of time left in the season. We might have to go with a hot hand if somebody really starts to struggle, but if Cody Kessler can continue to get it done, we'll stay with him. Running the ball, Carlos Hyde, 755 yards, 4.2 yards a carry, and 6 touchdowns for him. Kirkland Marion, returning from injury now, was killing it earlier on in the season. 474 yards, 5.4 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns for him. But look at Mike Davis down here. He has been outstanding as well, especially in that last game. 184 yards, 7.1 yards a carry. Granted, a very small sample size, but he has been good in it. He's got 3 touchdowns as well. Willie Snead on that screenplay, 64-yard touchdown there. And then Kaepernick ran the ball in twice. In fact, we have a rushing touchdown with... Here he is, Cody Kessler down here. I guess from kneeling the ball, we don't typically run the ball a whole lot. Negative 12 yards on the season right now, but he does have that rushing touchdown as well. Receiving the ball, Willie Snead, 53 catches, 700 yards, and 3 touchdowns from him. We would like to see more touchdowns, but we've had a lot of inconsistencies at quarterback, so don't know how much we can blame on him. Carlos Hyde and Chris Owusu, each with 30 catches on the year. 2 touchdowns for Hyde, 3 for Owusu. Dimitri Todman went out with the injury earlier. He had 29 catches, 424 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season. Aaron Lissamore here with a touchdown as well, the rookie out of Butler. Quentin Patton not having a great season. We saw him go down with an injury as well. Not sure if we are going to bring him back or not. Garrett Selleck here with 16 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown. Olawale, 15 catches and 3 touchdowns. Burbridge and Fryer would each have a touchdown on the season as well. Here's blocking. This doesn't show me a whole lot of what I'd really like to see, unfortunately, but there you go. There are the blocking stats. Defense, here we go. Jimmy Ward, 105 tackles on the season. Zach Brown at 88. DeMarcus Avery, he has really been struggling for us. I do still think he has some potential. I don't know what's going on with him, but clearly he is very far behind what we've been getting from Marcus Gesser, Chantrell Wilkerson, and company. So we'll have to keep an eye on him, but not too thrilled with him at the moment. Sacks, 10 sacks on the year for Mike Morgan, 6.5 for DeForest Buckner, 4.5 for Marcus Gesser. When he was the third corner, we typically sent him on blitzes a few times. It worked out. He got some sacks there to go with his 4 interceptions on the season. We will get to that in a second. 4 sacks for Zach Brown, Armstead with 4, Dial with 4. Only 3.5 though from Aaron Lynch. Really not getting the level of production we would like to see from him at the moment. I don't know what's going on. If the scheme's not working for him, it should play right into his alley, but just not getting that production from him right now. We do need to keep an eye on him. 2.5 for Navarro Bowman. He has been hurt though. Let's go ahead and check out interceptions, and we have 9 by Chantrell Wilkerson, the rookie out of Alabama, 4 for Marcus Gesser, 3 for Sean Kendall. Last year, we talked about it a lot. Our defense was not getting interceptions. We needed to make a change. We brought in 3 players that are playing much better in terms of forcing turnovers than anybody we had last season. Jimmy Ward has 3 this year. Mike Morgan won, a new player as well. Zach Brown, a new player with 1. DeMarcus Avery, a new player with 1. So really, the players that were on the roster last season, Tart has 1. Jimmy Ward has 3. That's only 4 from players last year. They were not getting it done. We needed to bring in some other players, and that's what we did, and it has been working out for us there. Fumbles forced, we're going to have 2 by Mike Morgan, 2 by DeForest Buckner, 1 by Zach Brown, 1 by Aaron Lynch, and 1 by Hodges. A few players are glitched out of this stat. I don't know why. We saw the Chantrell Wilkerson one earlier a few games ago, and I've seen that plenty more throughout this franchise, that sometimes it glitches out the fumble stats. DeMarcus Avery, where he has been lacking in coverage, he has done a good job of finding the fumbles there, 2 recoveries. And Lynch as well, where he has struggled, he's done a good job finding the fumbles as well. As you can see, the fumble yards. Blocks, we have 2, Jimmy Ward and Demetrius McCray, each with 1. Safeties, Mike Morgan and Quentin Dial. And then defensive touchdowns, 2 for Marcus Gesser, 1 for Jimmy Ward, 1 for Aaron Lynch, to Marcus Avery, and Sean Kendall, who had the 106-yard interception return. And that last game has a touchdown as well. Kicking, our guy, Joel Edison. I don't know what Madden's doing. Joel Edison's actually had a very good rookie season, and I feel like this is going to make it difficult to progress him as a player if none of his stats are getting registered. I don't know what's happening there. Hopefully it's fixed next season, but he is not going to be listed there. Kick returns, no touchdowns. We did see the one in the preseason, but it's not happening in the regular season. We didn't have any returns last year either. And then, of course, here is the punt returns. Let's go ahead to the NFL and check out the stats from around the league, see where everybody else is. And here we go. And then after this, we will check the standings. So Blake Bortles leading the way in yards once again. However, despite having thrown for so many yards, only 13 touchdowns. I don't know what is going on. It's not like he's been turning the ball over a whole lot. I'm sure he doesn't want to have 10 interceptions, but I don't know how you can throw for that many yards and only have 13 touchdowns unless the running game is just taking over in the red zone, maybe. That could be the case. I don't know, but not translating to wins. The Jags have been struggling a lot this season. Aaron Rodgers, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for him, 32-7 for Roethlisberger here. James Vallejo, 28-15 there for the Patriots. A very good pickup for them to replace Tom Brady. 30-8 for Stafford, 32-12 for Breeze, 17-9 for Rivers there. Matt Ryan, 18-10. And Houston Church, 17-9 for the Browns. Definitely looking good. We'd like to see him get some more touchdowns, but a very solid rookie quarterback indeed. And let's just go down the list. Here's Jared Goff, a guy we are getting ready to play. 17 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on the season. 15-8 for Kirk Cousins. Denton Ritchie has 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the season. I looked at that before this video. See if anybody else stands out. 15-8 for Paxton Lynch there. Going down the list, and there's Danny Whittington. He's been killing it. I don't know why the Bears benched him. 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He was playing very, very solid. Very good, really. So to see them bench him is a little bit odd, but it is what they did. Kevin Hogan struggled greatly to start the season, really started to get into some rhythm, though, and has been playing great lately. Alex Smith did return from injury. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but Kevin Hogan looking solid. Zach Lindsay, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for him. See if we have any more rookies on this list, and it doesn't look to be the case. Again, outside of the one I called earlier, yeah, there he is, Denton Ritchie, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and I think that might be it for the rookies. I don't know. We've gone down pretty far. Anyway, some very good rookie quarterbacks in that class. It's definitely going to set up for a very bright future of this series. I'm excited to see how all these players progress. Running the ball, Freeman would lead the way here. Over 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell over 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, but 6.8 yards a carry. That is ridiculous. Doug Martin coming in at 3. Ezekiel Elliott at 4 with 6 touchdowns there. McCoy, Lacey, Miller, David Johnson, seeing where the rookies are, if there are any. It was not an outstanding rookie running back class. In fact, Kirkland Marion, one of the best running backs, we saw that he was injured. Here is Dylan Burks, only 3.3 yards a carry. He does have 2 touchdowns. Any other rookies on this list, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not high up. Look at Darkwood, though. 9 touchdowns for him. Good backup there. And then here's Kirkland Marion, and then there's Cleveland. So, again, not the strongest of running back classes. Kirkland Marion obviously was playing very, very well before the injury, but his stats are hindered because of it. Receiving, here we go, and Jordy Nelson leading the way with 77 catches. He has 12 touchdowns as well. Thomas, 75 catches, 7 touchdowns. Golden Tate, 73 and 8 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards on the year as well. Doug Baldwin having a very good season. Going down the list here, and again, looking for those rookies to see if any of the players are stepping up, and of course, here he is, Parker Finner, 62 catches, 6 touchdowns on the season for him. Eubanks, 60 catches, nearly 900 yards, and 5 touchdowns for the rookie out of Ohio State. Any other rookie on this list? I know the Bengals Finner's doing pretty solid. Logan Roan having a great year there for the Texans. Not getting a whole lot of touchdowns, but he has been contributing in terms of getting catches. Vance McDonald, the former 49er, going to be listed there. Only 1 touchdown for him as well, though. Anybody else we should keep an eye on? And Alshon Jeffrey, some names down here you just don't anticipate seeing. Of course, a lot of these guys have probably been banged up and dealing with injuries throughout the year. Here's Earl Anthony out of Miami, 53 catches, 703 yards, and 6 touchdowns for him. Defensively, here we go. And Demario Davis leading the way in tackles, sacks. 18 by Greg Hardy and 18 by Khalil Mack. 2 guys trying to break the record again. Unbelievable. They are having outstanding seasons. Brandon Graham, 16.5. Ely with 15. Look at Corey Orr, though, the rookie, with 12.5. Houston with 11, Geno Atkins with 10.5, Williams and Jernigan as well. Few players listed with 10. Mike Morgan not on this list because he doesn't qualify based on the tackles, I suppose. And we're going to see the same thing here. Chantrell Wilkerson not qualifying because he doesn't have as many tackles you need to qualify. But clearly, Chantrell Wilkerson is leading the NFL in interceptions right now with 9. Revis at number 2 with 6. Sherman, Norman, Fuller, and Alonzo all with 5. We're going to see a ton of players here with 4. And again, some of our guys being glitched out. I don't know why none of our guys have that many tackles, though. Playing on 15-minute quarters, you would think that would not be an issue, but apparently it is. Let's go to fumbles forced really quick. 4 by Alec Ogletree, 4 recoveries. Graham with 4, 1 recovery. Sue with 4, 2 recoveries there. And we'll show everybody here listed with 3. All right, fumble, let's check out the fumble recoveries as well. 4, 3, and a bunch of players with 2. Blocks, what do we got? Going to have a lot of players with a block here. Interesting to see that, and including Marriott, a rookie, as well. Safeties, we are going to have a few, oh gosh, a ton. Many more safeties than I was anticipating seeing. And then, of course, defensive touchdowns. And Marcus Gesser, again, not qualifying, even though we know that he has 2. Jimmy Ward does qualify, though. He will appear on this list. And there you go for the defensive touchdowns. Let's go ahead and check out the kicking from around the NFL really quick. And, of course, our guy getting glitched out, which drives me nuts. I don't know why that happened. I wish I did. Not many field goals there for the Saints at all. But there you have it. Punting, Marquette King would lead the way, of course. Well, that's the most punts, I guess. Touchdowns, here we go. One by Thomas. Scroll down the list, see if we see a rookie making a play here, and it does not seem to be the case. Punt returns, here we go. Touchdowns, and we are having 2 by Cooks. Antonio Brown with 1. And there we go. Deontay Little going to have 1, a rookie out of Texas, 5'9" wide receiver. Only 4 punt returns, but he took 1 of them to the house. It was a long of 89 yards, too impressive. So let's go ahead and check out the standings now that we have looked at all of that. And get ready for the end of the season. We have 4 weeks to go. We played the Rams twice. As you can see here, they are only 1 game behind us. So if we lose here in week 14 on the road, they are going to take us over for that number 2 spot. But let's go ahead and check out the standings here. And we'll probably do it. I guess we could do this first. So the Steelers have the AFC North as of right now, the Patriots with the AFC East, Broncos the AFC West, and the Texans with the AFC South. The Raiders and the Chiefs currently have the wild card spots. The Bills and Titans, though, not very far behind. The Chiefs, however, have been killing it lately. They've won their last 3 games. As you see, the Texans have actually won their last 4. They were actually 4-4 at one point, but they have turned it around and taken over that division. The NFC, Cardinals leading the NFC West there. The Panthers leading the NFC South. The Saints will have 1 wild card spot. The Bears leading the NFC North. The Packers will have the other wild card spot. And so despite us being tied with the Bears and the Packers right now, we do not have the tiebreaker. We are on the outs. The Lions, Falcons, Bucks, Cowboys, Redskins, Eagles, and Rams are all 1 game behind us. So it is going to be very, very interesting to see how the end of this plays out. Definitely a tightly contested battle as we look at all the teams here. 10-2 for the Steelers, 5-7 for the Bengals, 4-7-1 for the Ravens, 2-9-1 for the Browns, 8-4 for the Texans, 6-6 for the Titans. The Jags and Colts both struggling here, and look at this. This is just not good for the Colts. They have really not been that good this season. The AFC East, the Patriots leading the way. The Bills 2 games behind. 2 games behind them, the Dolphins and the Jets each at 4-8. The AFC West, Broncos leading the way. The Raiders and the Chiefs, though, both right behind them. And we talked about the wild card there. So that'll be an interesting battle to see if they can hold those spots. Chargers, despite going 14-2 with the best record last season, only at 5-7 right now. NFC North, the Bears and the Packers tied at 7-5. The Lions right behind at 6-6. The Vikings at 4-8. NFC South, Panthers and the Saints are tied there. And every team in this division 500 or better. The Bucks and the Falcons both at 6-6. NFC East, and boy, 3 6-6 teams there. The Giants at 4-8. And then the NFC West, 9-3, of course. We're at number 2. The Rams coming in at number 3, and the injury to Russell Wilson has been killing the Seahawks. They have dropped their last 3 games and are now at 5-7. That is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, and I will see you guys in Week 14 as we take on the Los Angeles Rams. Later.